Here's an unpracticed version of how to use the stats mode in your graphics calculator for the internal coming up in week 4. Menu, stats mode, and if we're say calculating heights, comparing them with males and females, you would need to put the male's height in say list 1. So let's make up some numbers. These are very short students. Okay, so you enter your data in. Probably make more sense to call them shoe size. Okay, a few more numbers. Okay, your data is inputted into list 1 for males. You could put females in list 2. Okay, so they've got slightly shorter feet. Even 86 centimeters. This is just data, right? Here we go. One more. Okay, once you're there, have a play around until you find calc. Okay, make sure, always tell students to go to set and check that variable 1 isn't, it's going to, when you push variance 1 or 1 VAR, it's going to work from list 1. When you press, that'll do. So when I push VAR 1, it's going to just use list 1. Okay, and here we have sample size, which is 5, standard deviation of n minus 1. We probably don't need standard deviations. The mean 46.4. Scroll down. Minimum value 23. Lower quartile 29. Median 40. Upper quartile 67. Max 89. And then there's lots of notes. Okay. So that's a quick way of getting all the stats rather than having to do that manually. If you are now interested in the females, I think we're going to push variance 2, but quickly just go to settings. Variance 2. Actually, what you can do is just change that to list 2. Okay, so when I push variance 1 now, it's going to work off list 2. Okay, hopefully you'll see that the mean is different, 52, and you've got all the same, let's just check, 90, 26, 31. $90, 26, 31. So it is using list 2 there. What does REG do? Oh, REG, that is if you want to draw a graph. There's a way of graphing these. That can be video number 2. There you go, that's how you can calculate some stats quickly. Actually, I've remembered how to draw graphs. At the moment I'm in the setting calc, so if you just click exit, I was in calc. If you click on graph, it gives you a few graphing options. Again, click on settings and make sure that the graph type is set on median, box and whisker. There's a whole, if you click across here, there's a whole lot of different types of graphs you can draw, but this one here that says box, click that, and also make sure that you're plotting from list 1, that's the males, right? And if you look at graph 2, that's graph 1, click graph 2, you can make graph 2 look at list 2. Okay, turn the outliers off or on. Okay, graph 1 is looking at list 1, graph 2 now is looking at list 2. If you click on SEL, select, you can turn what different graphs on and off. I've chosen to turn graphs 1 and graphs 2 on, so when I click draw, I get both graphs drawn. If I was to click, say this one off, I only get one graph. And from this point, it actually makes sense to graph it, because from this point you can click one variance, which is the data or information I showed you earlier. And then you go back to draw. Cool, done.